traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1458th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni, and of course that would be me. Good evening, traders. This video, the 1458th installment of these educational videos, is coming at you on a Wednesday night for trading, Thursday, April 14th, 2016. Traders, we know before we get into this that this arena, futures trading, stock trading, any trading, is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss, and is not really suitable for everybody. If you don't know the risks behind this game, you need to learn them before you play. And remember, a stop is your best friend in this industry. The way these markets are getting so volatile and flying around each day, if you get yourself stuck in a futures or stock position, unless you're on the NASDAQ, and you do not have a stop in, nothing will get you out of that trade. When the crap hits the fan, you will crap in your pants. You will pray to your mother or to whatever God you believe in. You'll break out the rosary beads. You'll crap in your pants once again. But you will not get yourself out of the trade. And that's what the stop does for you. It knocks you out of the trade. Stop loss, that's the name of it. Use it. Put it in. You guys on the NASDAQ, I know your clearing firms take stops. Put your stops in anyway and hope they work. All right, so end of disclaimer. I hope you understand the risks. Let's move forward. What is on the board? We're starting off with a green OMNI, emini, S&P, NASDAQ. You got to love it. Right off the bat, before I say anything else, no gold. No gold. Breaks on gold. OMNI is selling gold. OMNI tried to sell gold right out of the chute this afternoon. Wednesday evening leading into Thursday. We would like to be short at least for the beginning of the trading session on Thursday if we can get filled. So forget about gold for now. If you're a buyer, let that thing back off a little bit. What's on the board? Don't get your panties in a bunch just yet, but it's happening. I'm with you on that. Rock and roll on these markets, right? All right, we've got, we'll talk about it. But don't get your panties in a bunch just yet. But hey, baby, it's coming our way right now. You're going to love it. So, A, B, there are two chart masterpieces this evening, too. Like my hands. There's two of them. Dow Jones Transportation Average and Tesla. Has anybody seen? My goodness, what a great looking chart. What a great company. Go Tesla. Great cars, too, from what I've seen. And C, OMNI gave us this signal 5 weeks ago. The biggest grains rally on record was coming, and it would start in soybeans. Well, soybeans has had some of a rally. If you've been watching, a decent rally. And soy meal and bean oil have joined in on the party. And if you ask me, I think corn is joining in. I will show you those charts. OMNI, I did the video. I mentioned it to you. I stood in front of this camera, and I said, this is going to be the biggest grain year we have seen in many years. You can see it in the charts. You can see it in many things. But the charts are what we gauge it upon. And we're looking at a strong summer. One day at a time, of course. We like the soybeans. We're looking at bean meal and soy oil just to look at it. And then, of course, corn looks like it's getting interesting too. Wheat hasn't really joined forces yet. One thing at a time. Let's let these grains percolate. It's very early in the year for grains trading. So, green OMNI, I'll show you why you shouldn't have your panties in a bunch yet, but oh boy, I like what we see. Let's go look at our two chart masterpieces. You got to clap for chart masterpieces. I love those charts. And let's go look at the signals that we have now in the grains and where we're going. Traders Live with Oscar.com is where you can find me. Before we get into the charts, OmniCamp at the new OmniCamp 2.0. Hooray, hooray. I'm furnishing it now, finally. I'm almost going to be home again in my home, back where I belong, sitting in my seat in front of my camera all day and all night. No one to stop me. It's coming. I'm furnishing the place now. OmniCamp, June 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Some of you will show up on Thursday and leave on Tuesday. I get that. But we will be learning. We will be together. We will be training for June 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. If you would like to be part of OmniCamp, that's a 4-day session held live here in Las Vegas. I've got a new place. You will all stay in the same Omni hotel, if you will. I will keep all of you under the same roof if you come out to Omni Camp, so it becomes like a fraternity. I want you to leave Omni Camp as a solid group of my Omniacs, and this is going to help cement that. Stay in the same place. Beautiful place for you to stay during Omni Camp. That will be June 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Send in your applications now, and I will call you back. Traders, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, the first chart you will be treated to this evening is chart masterpiece number 1, the Dow Jones Transportation Average. Daily bar chart. We were in this massive channel. If you recall, I've shown you this chart in many videos. Then we fell out of the channel, got under the 200 bar moving average. Very ugly. But look what it's done so far. It's hooked back down and got itself back above as of the close on Wednesday. You are here, back above the 200 bar. Hooray, hooray. That is the fund managers blue light special. They sell when you get below. They buy when you get above. Furthermore, looking at this chart, look at this whole area right here. You know what else it can be? Same chart now. Maybe that is a very nice, long, extended bull flag. How about that, huh? Maybe that's what we're getting. So, wonderful looking chart right here. Here's the breakout, and here's where we stand. Wonderful looking chart. Chart masterpiece. Dow Jones Transportation Average. Let's move forward. Look at the DAX. A wonderful breakaway gap back into the channel. Fantastic. You gotta love that. You had a gap here, broke down, gapped back up around the same area, and is taking off. That looks like a breakaway gap. Love that you're back inside the channel. Another indice looking great. Then you got emini S&P. Look at this one. Way back to all-time highs. Then the next all-time high, you connect that out, you hit the previous highs. Well, look at this. We're above those highs right now. Isn't that fantastic? You gotta love this. Car accident takes place. I know you guys don't want to hear about this chart, but don't get your panties in a bunch yet. We're not past the head test. I know all those daily charts look fantastic. That is what happens when you do a head test. All the dailies look fantastic. So we do have to get past this area right here. You do have your shoulder, head, shoulder. The green dotted lines in between is your head test area. We have moved around and we're here. This is what's happened since we got up to the head test area. And it's a nice F flag if you ask me. You got to like that. But we have not bested the area yet, so don't get your panties in a bunch yet. Don't sell the farm. Don't go out and get grandma's silver and cash it in and go long yet. But it's getting better. It's happening. We're getting up there. Day trading for sure. We're going to be long tomorrow for trading on Thursday. But when you look at this slightly longer term, you've got to get past here before we can really get happy. Those are your indices. Then we move out and we look at the soybeans, traders. Soybeans. Remember this chart? I showed you a big apex, or I should say a big pennant, which came to an apex. We broke out of the apex. I had you looking at this for 5 weeks already. Then we broke out. We got above the 200, came back to it, and exploded. Look at that. Now, Omni has been trying to buy the beans just about every day. Some days it gets filled, some days it doesn't. It is trying to buy the beans for trading on Thursday. So that's your soybeans, and it did start in soybeans just as the Omni predicted. But look, now the whole beans complex is starting to go. Soy meal, 200 bar moving average, you just broke out. Look at it, last time it got near it. It couldn't get above it. And the time before, long time since it's been above. Broke out above, let's see what it does. I mean, tomorrow's Thursday. If you get a nice couple of days run, then you've left the 200 bar behind you, just as the soybeans itself did. A byproduct, I get it, but the soybeans has ran, so why not the byproducts? And then, after looking at meal, you've got bean oil sitting here, and look at this chart. Look at the fantastic, really wide channel it's been in for quite some time. Now you've pulled the bull flag. You may hover inside the flag for a little while, but this overall is telling us that it wants to move higher. So the whole grains complex now is starting to look fantastic. Nothing goes straight up. Over the summer, we expect these three to be much higher. And look at corn. Round of applause for corn, who has joined the race. Corn has just gotten above my OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. It rallied up nicely. Let's give corn a little boost. Let's hope it rallies up for a few days. We're not actually going to touch the corn on Thursday. Let's let it kind of gyrate over here and see what it wants to do. But if it starts to run away from my OMNI average, I think we'll start to get long corn. And then we've got this. Tesla. This is chart masterpiece number 2 for the evening, traders. Look at this perfect chart. Look at this insane channel Tesla has been in. That is insanity. I mean, for technical analysis, you couldn't ask for better. So you hit the top, you hit the bottom, top. It goes towards the bottom but doesn't get there. Top, then goes into a nice steady run. Boom, hits the bottom, bottom, back to the top. Just hit the bottom. Here's where we are now. The top is very likely coming next. Gotta love the channel. The OMNI went bullish, so that's why I went to look and see why. And this is what I found using technical analysis. With the OMNI arrow pointing up, you gotta like that. Tesla is a buy rec for trading on Thursday. And that is our chart masterpiece number 2. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own analysis. I'll see you all at livewithoscar.com. So, traders, you've seen the charts. You've got my technical argument for why. I don't want you to go crazy on the upside yet, but boy, oh boy, it's looking much better, isn't it? Chart masterpiece. Let me step back. It's looking much better in terms of that head and shoulders head test. It's been looking fine for the last couple of weeks. But we've got the looming head test, right? Let's hope we just blast past that and keep on going. If we get past the head test, then I can remove this nonsense and we can really start to fall in love with the upside. Let's see. Chart masterpiece, the Dow Jones trading, love it above the 200. And that Tesla chart, does that not look nice? Make sure you look at it yourselves. And then OMNI has given us the signal. I was bold enough to give it to you. It is starting to happen. Get yourself into the grain complex. See if you like it. We like buying the dips. Livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. Fill out your OMNI Camp applications. Remember, that's June 3, 4, 5, and 6. Only 8 of you are coming out here, so do not, I've got applications already, but I'm going to hand choose through the crowd. You fill out the application, I'll call you. A lot of people I turned down for this camp, so call me. You don't have to be a pro. In fact, novices tend to do better than the pros because they're not an old dog trying to teach themselves new tricks. It's a young guy that's not already jaded. So young in the business, or if you've been doing this for a while, fill out your OMNI Camp applications and I'll contact you. All right, traders, remember, come to livewithoscar.com and always keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help keep those emotions at bay, and I know that isn't easy in this insane volatility, but say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll. Livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.